After 2 days in port, HMS Banga, a British minehunter, gets underway. The crew has taken on supplies in Sicily and filled up with fuel, so the ship is ready to get back to its work of mine clearance in Libyan territorial waters. It left Scotland on 6 June 2011 to take part in the NATO-led Operation Unified Protector. Since then it has been sailing in the Mediterranean. There are about 100 men on board, sailors who are specialists in mine clearance at sea, officers, divers, mechanics, navigators. Sometimes they have more than one role. Brian, for example, is a young sailor aged 21 who joined the ship in 2008, and he has various tasks on board.
I have a few roles on board. I do seamanship, which basically help bring the ship alongside, bring boats alongside us, refuel at sea, towing, anchoring, all things like that.
HMS Banga will be at sea for a few more long months. Brian hopes to be home before Christmas. Meanwhile, he communicates regularly with his family.
I get homesick from time to time, but we've got plenty of ways of keeping in contact at home. Like we've got a Paradigm phone, we get 30 minutes a week, so we can bring back home and keep in contact with loved ones. And we've got a Paradigm laptop as well, which we access MSN or Facebook and keep in contact with family through that.
For the sailors, the ship is a bit like a second home, but the crew can easily find that the routine gets them down, particularly during a period of transit, which is the space of time before the ship goes back to its area of operation. So the officer in charge of personnel has to keep the crew occupied. Each person has a structured schedule following the rhythm of the numerous activities.
On long transits, or if we find that we're not actually doing the job we're out here for, then yeah, sure, it becomes a little bit more difficult to maintain morale. There are obviously routines on the ship we have to run, we have to keep it clean, and that doesn't always balance well with keeping morale. So yeah, we try and do some fun things occasionally, maybe entertainment, quizzes on board and that sort of thing.
After a few days of transit, HMS Banga arrives in Libyan territorial waters. It slows down and is ready to work. It joins the other ships involved in the operation. They have various roles. Some are much bigger than others. The frigate Charlottetown, for example, has a crew of 200 and has been at sea for 6 months. Until 16th July, the command platform, the Garibaldi, had also been sailing for months with its crew, with daily tasks which included feeding more than 800 people. But regardless of the number of people on board, the crew is always focused on its mission. This is a NATO Channel report from the Mediterranean.